I will not crash. Honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash, honey yard dash.
We are just to the west of you, Coach, on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Ready? White 25. Check 41. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Slam. Hey, even. Slam.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 3. Check.
This is Howard on second down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
To throw, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
First and 10 at the 36.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
65. Mike's 5-4.
Off the play fake, Winston. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They run with Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First down, Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 50 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Winston now. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Seventh play coming now on this opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Gay's kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Down. 70 ending. 20. Check what? Check 15. Check 15. Wide. Get wide.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
25-yard line.
Mike 20. Go. Hey, Mike 20.
Throwing on 2nd down. Brissett. Bryant has it. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
1st down, Dallas.
Set. 15 on it. Yep. Same on. Watch the twist. Switch. Check the backer. Check 43. Go. That's it.
They just get the play off. Now Brissett. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the shit.
Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the Bucs' 36-yard line.
Set. Hut. Twist the outlaw. Army. Shit. Neil. It's free. Shit. Check nickel. Check 4. Check safety. Check.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And from down in Miami, an update. The Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own. I like that. Go a little tennis on me. I know you. You like to mix it up with sports. They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the start? What was the return on? It was a backhand. A really good backhand. With some nice top spin on the little bit. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going. Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively. And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves. And the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now.
55. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. Ain't no
Jameis to throw it. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half. And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January. And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl. And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Watch the shift.
On 2nd down, Brissett again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion. Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Check on, trot. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Flush to his right. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. And opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Howard, and he's able to get up here to the 26. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Pass from Winston into the hands of Brate. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
But that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Check 37, check 37.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Right here, right here. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Easy. Let him go.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 55. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Winston. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
A 1st down throw for Brissett. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go. 50.
Now Brissett. It's caught. Cooper. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A first down carry by Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. First opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Check your hot read. Say. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Let go.
Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And the lead is now 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On 2nd and inches, Winston. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
Come on, fellas.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Alert 3. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Watch the edge.
Again, it's Elliott. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Watch safety green.
On the counter, Elliott. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Hey, let's get him some burgers. Man, that's traffic. No, no, no. Off. Joker. Check 52. Flip it. Where do we go?
Again, it's Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Winston throwing complete to Mike Evans. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Are we really in the second half here? And this is the first time we've seen Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans?
Yeah, you know that they missed in the first half. Up until this point, they've really missed it, haven't they?
I think that's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go with Howard again. pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Let him go. 55 to Mike. Sonic. 55 to Mike.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down.
Bang, 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 bang.
And he finds Howard complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the Cowboys' 35-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
They're running it. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Check pass, check pass. Follow. Let's go now. Let's go.
Winston. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he is all the way up past the 25.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Let's go. Come on. Back.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They go to Elliott again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
On the ready. Mike 57.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I'm coming after you. Hayward. Pick that. Hey, come.
From the gun, here's Brissett. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. Cooper was the target there. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? They sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Green, 55 Mike. Let's go, D. Big right here. We got to stay. Watch out.
5 on the 50.
Watch out.
5 on the 50. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Winston now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
One thing I think it's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Check 31. Check 31.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's
Where do we go? Where do we go?
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Hey. We got 3. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
Where's that up?
41.
Here's Winston. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Check.
Let's go. Let's convert. Let's convert. Let's convert.
He's checking.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for 1st and goal.
Kill.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10.
Watch twins.
They start on the ground with Elliott. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
At the 33-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Well, that sets up a big third down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third and a few inches. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Brissett. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you get that
One of
up?
the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play.
Well, we know the crowd is absolutely stunned by what we just saw there. Forget I'm stunned. I have to believe that you are as well. When they finally get their legs back under them, they'll head to the exits, and I think they'll probably be muttering a few choice words along the way, too. How did that happen?
I don't know. They certainly thought overtime was on the horizon, bracing for overtime. We were, too, and we may want to wait a little bit before heading for the exits, let that parking lot clear out a bit.
Maybe there's a later flight we can catch.
That might be a good idea. Well, that was a fun game to witness, partner. A touchdown there at the very end to win this thing.
And that's really where the emphasis is, right? The touchdown to win it. I know that they put a little on top, right? What's your favorite dessert? You know, what do you put on top of your favorite dessert?
You put whipped cream, maybe a cherry.
There you go. The whipped cream, the cherry, whatever you want to talk about, that's what they put on it. But the story, the touchdown to win it, that's how they got it done.
So for Dallas, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the